Welcome to DEFCON 3. I'm KT McFarland. Congress is getting pushback from the White House and the Attorney General over the Veterans Affairs healthcare scandal. Representative Jeff Miller, he's chairman of the House Veterans Affairs Committee. He's demanding answers from the Obama administration. He's joined us today to explain. Mr. Chairman, I can't believe it. We have a scandal where Americans are dying because they're being put on, in effect, wait lists that are really death lists. You're the chairman of the Veterans Affairs Committee, and you have asked the United States government, the Attorney General, and the White House for some answers. And they're stonewalling you. How can they do that?
Well, the unfortunate thing is the Department of Veterans Affairs has been stonewalling us for a number of years. But then when it appears that there's criminality involved, we ask the Attorney General to become involved. We've heard nothing. Of course, it took the President 3 weeks before he actually engaged and came out and acknowledged that this was just not an isolated incident at Phoenix. It was a systemic problem throughout the entire agency.
And so what's the next step? Is everybody just going to put you on hold until they get a new Veterans Affairs Secretary?
No, and that was one of the things that concerned a lot of us about Secretary Shinseki stepping down. We did not want him to leave as the only solution to the problem. He's not. I mean, it's much bigger than the Secretary. And I can assure you that the House Committee on Veterans Affairs is going to continue to focus intently, as we have in our oversight role. We invite the Senate to become involved in what we've been doing. We've had 42 oversight hearings in the 113th Congress on issues that involve not only wait times, but disability backlog claims. The Senate's had 7. They need to get engaged as well. The White House needs to answer questions, especially the Attorney General, and I hope that Sloan Gibson, the acting secretary, will do the right thing, and that is continue to keep the focus on the bureaucracy.
You know, I don't get it. I mean, who in America is in favor of having American veterans die because they're not getting adequate medical care?
Nobody.
And so how do you get stonewalled? How do the Democrats, how does the Senate say, no, we don't have time to deal with this, while Americans are dying every single day because they're not getting
Well, the amazing
care?
thing is there was a lot of discussion about this great compromise that was reached by Bernie Sanders, the chairman of the committee, when 90% of what the compromise was House-passed legislation that we've already sent over to the Senate. There's 12 bills, 9 of which have been languishing for months over there, and it would be nice if the Senate would work in tandem with the House. We'll work with them, and we'll work with the White House. We can't fail. We can't fail America's veterans because they didn't fail us.
Yeah, one of the things in Washington has been known for years. I mean, when I was in the Reagan administration, the Veterans Agency, the Veterans Affairs, was always called the soul-sucking agency because as a veteran, you kind of get thrown in there and who knows what happens to you. But usually not anything very good. Why is it that people have said, well, we'll just get a new Veterans Affairs Secretary and that'll solve it? You mentioned that it's much bigger than this and much deeper. What could be done to fix it once and for all?
Well, one of the things is accountability. We've been asking for months now about who was held accountable for the deaths that occurred in Georgia and South Carolina because of dues to delay in care. Men got terminal cancer.